Happy morning, happy afternoon, and happy evening to all my Nanbas and Nanbis. FMSM is a challenging subject only for this reason that you have 1.5 days and you have two subjects to study, guys. I'm gonna focus on SM, which is for 50 marks. You already know that 35 marks is descriptive and 15 marks is MCQ. In the descriptive part, I have given you two killer resources. One is a workout marathon, and the other one is a expected questions marathon. In just a span of 90 minutes, we have gone through all the concepts in the expected questions list, guys. Now, for this MCQ purpose, I have 30 concepts to crack the MCQs, and for this, I have taken 8 model test papers, RTPs, MTPs, and a few concepts which I think it can be tested in MCQs. Also, I have added in these 30 concepts, guys. The material for this video, you will be getting it in the description box below. There is a link. Please click on that and get the material. Now, quickly getting into the concepts. The first, second, and third concept is talking about cost leadership differentiation, or focus cost leadership and focus differentiation. There can be a case study which is giving you a case and asking you to figure out what kind of strategy is that. In that case, you only have to ask two questions. The first one is what kind of a segment they are catering to, whether it is a narrow segment or whether it is a broad segment. The second question which you have to ask is whether they are focusing on lowering the cost or they are focusing on the differentiation. Now, if you answer these two questions, easily you can figure out where it will actually fall. Let me tell you examples also for each. Cost leadership and differentiation both are catering to the broad segment. You have to keep note of that. So whenever they say they are catering to a broad segment, either cost leadership or differentiation will come. Cost leadership means they are focusing on reducing the cost of the product or service. Best example is Decathlon for this. If you see, if they're catering to a narrow market, they can cater to a narrow market sometimes because they want to focus on the niche. Their niche can have cost leadership, or their niche can be of differentiation. So with just this question and this question, you will be able to understand where it will fall, guys. Going on to the fourth concepts. 4, 5, 6, 7, star, dog, question mark, and cash cow. I've seen multiple papers where they give a case study and ask you to find out whether it is a star, whether it is a dog, whether it is a question mark or a cash cow. For this, again, you have to ask two questions. How is the growth rate? Is it high or low? What is the market share? Is it high or low? If these two questions are answered, automatically you will know whether it is a star, question mark, cash cow or dogs. See, high growth rate, high market share means we will be calling them as stars. That means they are thriving in the market. If there is high growth rate but low market share, you will be calling that as question mark, because growth rate is high but market share is not so much. You don't know whether they will thrive in the future. That is why it is a question mark. The best example for this is virtual reality, because virtual reality is growing in a rapid pace, but we don't know what is the market share that they were having. That is why it is a question mark. Cash cow is low growth rate and high market share. For example, MS Office, they have already taken the market share, but growth rate, if you see, not so much. Both are low, growth rate also low, market share also low. Example is floppy disk, and that is dogs, guys. The eighth concept is product life cycle or business life cycle. I'm sure many of you know this. The graph looks like this: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. I'm going on to the ninth concept, which is the power interest concept, also called as Mendelow's concept. The name itself is saying power interest concept. So the x-axis and y-axis, x-axis has interest and y-axis has power. Let me also tell you how they are asking the MCQ here. They ask about the stakeholders. They say power interest stakeholders. So what you have to know is not just to keep satisfied, keep player, keep informed, and low priority. You also have to know who are the stakeholders in keep satisfied. Who are the stakeholders in key player? Key player are the people who also have power in the organization, also are very interested in the organization. Example, shareholders, board of directors, CEO, CFO, and all those people. keep satisfied. They have high power in the organization, but interest, they are really not interested that much in the organization. So you just have to satisfy them. Example, government, customers, banks, even potential customers. I saw an MCQ question, will come here only. Keep informed means they are really interested in the organization, but they cannot control the organization. They do not have power in the organization. So they are keep informed people, employees, vendors, suppliers, and legal experts can be the keep informed. Low priority people, they neither have the power, they are neither interested really in the business, they are low priority people. Media houses, magazine, business magazines, all of those people will come here. This is power, interest, stakeholders they can ask in the exam, guys. Now going to concept number 10, they can ask who are the people who are in the corporate level, business level, functional level, operational level, or they can even give you a strategy and ask whether the strategy is formulated at the corporate level, business level, functional level, or operational level. So either ways they can test this concept. 11th is 7S model. This also multiple times I have seen them test this question also, guys. How they are testing is a little different, let me tell you. 7S means all of you will study strategy, structure, system, shared value, staff, skill, style. You will definitely know the side headings of the 7S. But what you have to know, I'll tell you, they're giving case study and asking you to find out whether it is structure, whether it is shared values, whether it is skill. So you have to know strategy means they are addressing the current and future challenge. Structure means how is the work divided, how does different department work, how does different department collaborate with each other. Systems means you have to know which formal and informal process is a company structure based on. Soft elements under the shared value means what is the idea, is this idea communicated credibly to the others. Staff, you will have to know, refers to employees development and relevant process. Skills, what are their competencies, base of skills you will have to know. Style means you have to talk about leadership style. That's why I have given the keywords in green color so that you will know. They'll give this part and ask you whether it is a structure, whether it is a system. That's why I had the 7S model also, guys. The 12th concept is divisional structure, matrix structure, hourglass structure, and network structure. Actually, these four were the options which is given, and the question which was asked was an AI powered company was there. Now they want to actually take off the middle management. So which one is suitable structure? What is that structure called, they asked. Normally middle management, if it is there, if you want to reduce the middle management, that is the hourglass structure. In the middle it is narrow, lower it is broad, upper also it is broad, so automatically you will have to say that it is the hourglass structure. But I also thought they can ask about outsourcing. If majority of the functions are outsourced, then we will be calling that as a network structure. If there is dual reporting, that is cross functional is happening, that is called as matrix structure. And if it is a large company and it is a technology driven company, then you will be calling that as a divisional structure. These are all keyword to understand what kind of a structure is actually there, guys. Going on to the 16th concept, which is backward or forward integration. This concept I have also covered in my concept video, the workout, everywhere I have spoken about this backward and forward integration because it is extremely important. I'll tell you. In the MCQ they asked like this, there was a coffee manufacturer and then he went on to integrate with a cafe. So what has he done? He is moving towards the customer, that means it is forward integration. If you are moving away from the customer, that means it is backward integration, as simple as that. Now going to the 17th concept, 18, 19, 20, these four are together. Premise control, special alert control, implementation control, and strategic surveillance. These are all are called strategic controls. So premise control means the keyword which they will give is inflation, liquidation, interest rates, competitors, suppliers, substitutes are available. That means industry factors are going to affect something. Now automatically you will say that the answer is premise control only. What is a special alert control? Unexpected event. War happened recently, that is a special alert control. Natural calamity, terrorist activity, all of these things are special alert control. If they are going to give in the question sequential steps or changes to the overall strategy, automatically your mind should come to implementation control. Now you all tell me, CCTV is there, correct? CCTV, how is it? It has a general monitoring, unfocused monitoring. If they are going to give like that, CCTV is surveillance, correct? So strategic surveillance means unfocused general monitoring. Example, reading the financials, magazines, asked in MCQs. They just said you are reading the financials, you are seeing the business magazines and you are finding out some problem is there. What kind of a control is that? You have to know that it is a strategic surveillance control only. Clear, guys? We are done with 20 concepts. Going on to the 21st one. Transformational leadership and transactional leadership. This is my favorite kind of leadership. Let me tell you why. Transformational means I'm using the enthusiasm, charisma. I'm going to tell you guys, just 1.5 days, put in that 100% of effort. You will see that successful. I'm telling like that. Now you're all motivated to study. That is transformational leadership. If I'm going to tell you, guys, if you study and pass, you can come to my podcast. I will do the interview. So many people will get motivated. Now you're doing something to get something in return. You're doing something for a reward. Reward is the key word where you have to say it is a transactional leadership. I am giving, so you are giving me something. That is transactional leadership. Usually it is done to improve the current situation. The key word can also be reward in the question. 23rd, laissez-faire leadership. This is also a type of leadership where the leader will not intervene in the day-to-day operations. There will be high level of delegation. If it is like that, you will say it is laissez-faire leadership. What is experience curve? If there is repetitive work happening, the efficiency keeps increasing. You all would have done 3 or 4 revisions at this point of time. So your efficiency has increased a lot. This is only experience curve, guys. So usually in a company, if the efficiency keeps increasing, the cost per unit reduces. That's why if you see, the curve is like this. Production units keeps increasing. The cost per unit keeps reducing. You see at this point, at only so much of production unit, cost is so high. Once they increase the production unit here, cost reduces to this level. That's why it's called as experience curve. The curve is a downward flowing curve. The next is strategic business unit. It's a very, very important concept for your exam. Grouping of relatable business for the composite planning. And this is the only place where you will see the president instead of CU and all. So under that there will be strategic business unit, and every unit will have its own profit center, its own cost center, its own strategies, and under the SBUs there will be divisions, and under divisions there will be functions. Now what is this 26, 27, 28? Let me tell you. Market penetration, market development, and product development. These 3 are growth or expansion strategy. Under that they are coming under internal strategy. Now what is this? Market penetration means I am having the existing product in the existing market. I am going to penetrate into the market. That is market penetration. Example, Starbucks is selling the same coffee to the same customer, but they are giving a loyalty card. In that loyalty card they are giving you points. So one time if you go and pay that 500 rupees for coffee, they give you that loyalty card where next time if you come 1 + 1. So if you take your girlfriend or boyfriend, you just pay for 1 coffee and you get 2 coffees in return. Now what are you going to do when girlfriend is there? You are going to put the scene. Come, let's go to Starbucks. Like that you are going to say. So what Starbucks has done is they are basically catering to the same customer, the same coffee, same product only. That is market penetration. Market development means the same product but you are going to a new market. Example, McDonald's. If you see the same French fries, same burger, but they are expanding to India. They have come. They go to Japan. They go to China. They go to Vietnam. They go to so many countries. That is market development. Existing product in the new market means you will be calling that as market development. The next concept is product development. The name itself is saying to the existing market you are selling a new product. That is called as product development. The 29th concept is called as strategic alliance, guys. If there is a relationship between 2 businesses which is 2 different separate entities, you all know this concept called living together. You be yourself, I be myself, but still we both will live together. There is no commitment and all here. So relationship between 2 independent separate entities where they will share the benefits and they will contribute to the partnership until the alliance is there. So that is the strategic alliance, guys. The 30th concept I've left it blank intentionally because I want you all to tell me if I have missed any important concept. You please put it down in the comments below, so that other students will not waste the time reading the comments. Here in 1 sentence just tell the concept like how I have given it to you. It will be extremely useful for the other people who are learning the concepts also, guys. I hope this was helpful for you. Yes, all the best for your FM exam.